What's up, guys? Welcome to Welcome to a video that I'm doing about Lightborn. There's been a lot of talk about Lightborn in the community, and so it made me think about this video. It's the biggest video I have on my channel. I have a channel of 50 subscribers, and this one has done about 5,000 views. It's pretty crazy. And I know that a lot of it has to do with the talk of Lightborn recently. And when the whole video was made and Scott made the video and everybody flipped out, I think there was good reason for it. I don't think for the flip out, but I think there was a good argument to be made that Lightborn is a good perk. And it's not bad. It's not a beginner's perk, and I don't think any perk that you can look at and say it's this or that. If someone wants to use a perk, they can use it. People have the right to criticize it, though, right? I mean, like, if you want to call it that or this, then that's fine, but you can also have a discussion over that perk and or anything, right? I mean, anything. We can have a discussion over anything, as long as we don't, call each other names or, resort to any sort of things like that. So I automatically thought of my video, which was a video that I played with Doctor, and it was against a Swift who brought flashlights to basically bully me. And at the time, I was pretty new to Killer. I probably only had a few hundred hours at most, and so I wasn't really super equipped at dealing with flashlights. You can kind of tell in this video that there were times that these guys definitely screwed up. But the funny part is that these players aren't just like something that sometimes happens or rarely ever happens or never happens. If you equip Lightborn and they brought in flashlights, they're going to always try to blind you. I don't know why that is, but for some strange reason, if survivors even know that you have Lightborn, they'll still continue to try and blind you. I don't know why, but it happens a lot. I can tell you that. Every time I go into a lobby and I see like 2 to 3 flashlights, I just equip Lightborn. And I'm not a noob for that, or I'm not bad at the game, or I shouldn't just look at a wall, or there's times where you just can't do certain things. And like a survivor may be in a spot where you can't look at a wall, and they may not even be under a pallet. They may just be out in the middle of the open, but you got to pick them up. And if you pick them up, you're going to get blinded. So Lightborn is a perk that stops that. That's good, right? I thought this was like pretty obvious, but apparently not. So anyway, let's go ahead and watch the video, and let's go ahead and break it down. Ironworks of Miseries who used a map offering. So, let's see. This is a pretty difficult map, chat, not gonna lie. And to be fair, this map is somewhat difficult. I mean, it's not the most difficult. It is kind of a smaller map. Through my time of playing the game, I have realized this. It's kind of a smaller map. Doc can do okay on it. The only problem is the tiles that link together on this map are quite difficult to deal with. And the middle building is okay, but once they go upstairs, and you do have to break the wall, and you can lose a chase because of that. Are we all hiding? Is that what we're doing? I mean, I was smart enough back then to put high stimulus electrode and discipline on, so that's pretty good. I want to be in chase there before I blow my, Nope. I don't think so. So immediately, they jump in a locker, and I think they try to flashlight save here, if I'm not mistaken. But they were late, so they try to get me at the door. Try and blind me. Go ahead. I got something for your ass. Now, what I didn't know
What?
is that Nia had breakout, and so she was able to get Jane broken out before I could make it to the hook. And as I go through this video, you will see me completely forget the name of this perk many times because I think it was pretty new at the time. Breakout was pretty new. This is close to 2 years ago, maybe something like that.
What? Oh.
And you can see the macro. So they have their flashlight macroed. Now see right there, I should have just went for the pallet instead of backtracking. You never do that as Doc.
Damn, that kind of makes me sad that I didn't get her. This is an infinite. I'm not going with that. Especially for Doc.
Yeah, that is an infinite for Doc. You basically have to run
See what I
that
can
around.
do here. Looks like we got a sweaty one.
You can see how good of loopers they are, and I'm still very new. Like, I don't know that I'm not going to catch this person eventually.
Say, please don't have dead hard.
It does take a while, but I do catch her. And right here, she chooses to blind instead of dropping the
Man,
pallet.
Guess what I brought?
So, Lightborn value right there.
I don't think I make this.
I mean, just
Ooh, I
right
do
there.
make it. Nice. Well, I know that they have whatever that shit is.
So, that pallet save, that right there in and of itself is enough to run Lightborn. Like, they didn't drop the pallet, therefore they didn't get the blind because they went for the blind and didn't drop the pallet. So, either way, I didn't get blinded, and because they were trying to blind me and I had Lightborn, I didn't get blinded, and they couldn't drop the pallet because they were trying to blind me at that time. So either way, they got nothing out of that. And it could have been a huge play for them. Otherwise, it would have either been a blind, but most likely it would have been a drop pallet.
The perk the breakout perk. I know they have that. They brought flashlights so they could blind me, but that shit ain't happening. Not with Lightborn.
And I can just freely pick up whenever I want. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to be scared of anything. I just pick up.
That's why you gotta pay attention
feels
to your
so good.
lobbies, chat. You might see one flashlight, but
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be blinded at every pallet too, you have you can run Lightborn.
okay.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, and people can have the opinion that it's a bad perk or it's not useful or it's a newbie perk or whatever. That's their opinion.
You have DS.
My opinion is my opinion. This right here.
Ooh.
I mean, this
Oh yeah, you got that
proves
shit.
my point. You know.
I gotta remember that. Damn. I gotta remember that, chat. You got that shit.
I again forget what breakout is. But I can just pick right up. No big deal. Now, so you see that there's no gens being done. They're not worried about doing gens at all. They're not worried about doing gens at all. They're worried about bullying me. Now, if I didn't bring Lightborn and they were able to blind me over and over and over and over again, do you know how frustrating, incredibly frustrating that would have been for me? but there's a perk that counters all of it. I've gone against Swifts like this that I couldn't do anything about it. It was either a blind or a drop pallet. But yeah, I mean, like, if they're trying to blind you and you have Lightborn, they're not going to drop the pallet on you. That is one thing right there. Like, that's huge. You know, these types of players aren't worried about doing gens. They're worried about only having fun at your expense, which is fine. I mean, if that's what you want to do, cool, have at it. But I'm not going to be your punching bag, you know? You know, if I can run a perk to stop me being a punching bag, I'll run it. Now, if they were successful at doing this stuff, do you know how incredibly frustrating that clicking would be? And here, I'm just laughing and having a good time. It's funny.
Think you're slick, don't you? Y'all ain't slick.
I'm not frustrated. I'm
Y'all
not
think
mad.
you're
I'm
slick?
not upset.
I'm slicker, boys. I brought that shit just for you.
And this is what a perk can do. Like,
Yes, sir.
it can literally make you have fun in the game. And
Ain't
who
gonna
knew
be
that's
no
what Dead
blinding
by
to
Daylight should
me.
be, about having fun. Not telling players that if they bring
Love
a
that
certain
shit,
perk
bro.
that they're, you know, a noob. Or a noob. It's a newbie type perk. I mean, like, I critique.
See? They're just trying to have fun, but at the same time, this is the bully squad chat. Like, but they're just having fun though. For real. Like, I'm not lying. Like, these guys aren't doing anything maliciously, but they would try to bully me if I didn't have Lightborn. 1000%. There's no doubt in my mind. So, it is what it is, man. You know?
Give her the nodders.
GG to those guys. GG. I appreciate the try, man. But that shit ain't gonna happen.
So here's the post-game chat. Bro, we were literally messing around and you're sweating your ASS off. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. True statement. They would have bullied me without Lightborn. And I say, get over it, and you got out-perked. And, you know. And then I would have dropped my flashlight for you in in-game. So, I mean, they're just basically saying that they could care less. They're blatantly only having fun at your expense. So, because we didn't have fun, you were sweating. No, I had fun. You're the one who didn't have fun because I ran a perk. Now imagine being the killer, and every single time you load up your game to play killer, you have to go against the same 4 perks every single game. And imagine being a big streamer, having to deal with that every single day, every single game. And granted, they make a living off of it. I'm not saying that they should receive any. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. They make a living off of it. So there is some sort of, I guess, whatever you, however you want to look at it that way. But I completely lost my train of thought. But every single day they have to play against those 4 perks. Dead hard. It's always the same 4 perks. Imagine playing against that every single game, but never being able to complain about it. Like, never being able to say anything on stream about it, because you'll just get completely roasted. You'll get completely told that you're, suck it up, this, that, and the other. But these guys are like, oh, well, like, you're sweaty because you ran Lightborn.
Like, look at this shit. Look at the builds, too. Like, look at what they're saying, bro. Look. Bro, we're literally just messing around, and you're sweating your ass off? And then look at their builds. DS. Unbreakable. Soul Guard. DS. Unbreakable. Soul Guard. And you're not trying with 2 beamers, bro?
They just got outplayed and they got outperked.
Bro. Come on. Be real, bro.
Yes, be real. And then this guy says earnings check or something. It says you got outperked, GG's, and move on. Well played. That's what I said. You got outperked, GG's, move on. I have 3K hours. If I was trying to try against you, wouldn't stand a chance. But yeah, good luck, have fun. Earning checks. Yeah, you have none. Okay. I'm not going to attack somebody. And I basically just say, hey, man, be real. Just admit that you got outperked, you got outplayed. And the guy basically doesn't want to do that. Be honest. I got you. He said, shoot, what is it? I said, I got one over on you. And that was it. That was the end of the video, or the end of the game. I mean, it's like it was just, it was just a game. But there's value to every perk in the game. But I tell you what, I criticize more killers and more survivors over their OP broken perks than I do a Lightborn. I would kill to have Lightborn in my lobbies. I would kill to have Enduring in my lobbies. I would kill to have what else? Kindreds in my lobbies and Bonds in my lobbies and you know what I mean? Like, I would kill for those to be meta builds, but they're not. But I would just absolutely just love it if they were. But unfortunately, that's just not how it is. The games aren't like that. The game isn't like that, unfortunately. And I wouldn't kill. I'm just. It's a figure of speech. Okay, calm down, YouTube. Calm down. But yeah, I mean, like, basically, it would be nice if Lightborn was a meta perk, or perks like it that are viewed as like newbie perks or whatever they viewed as, or no value or something. But as you can see, I got plenty of value out of it, and I can tell you this doesn't just happen once. It happens a lot against players. This guy said he had 3,000 hours. What would a 3,000-hour survivor, as soon as he tried to blind me one time, as Scott says, right? I mean, as soon as you blind, they're just going to go get on gens. Why didn't they just go do gens? They wanted to prove a point that their ego was massive. Like, that's why you run Lightborn, because damn near every survivor you play in this game has an ego. It's just how it is. Like, it's a competitive game, man. Like, people need to start looking at this game in a competitive way. Like that. I think that's the biggest problem, is that the game isn't viewed competitively. But Like when stuff like this happens and people have this reaction of it's a new perk, but yet, nobody runs this perk except for when they see flashlights and it works. And they still continue to keep trying to blind you, even if they have 3,000 hours. What is the reason for that? They're competitive, and if they get outperked or outplayed in some way, it hurts them. It hurts their ego. And I'm not saying everybody's like that, but I would definitely say a large portion of this game or its community are competitive players in one form or fashion. And I wish there was just more of a focus on that instead of like automatically saying that oh, they're just gonna go jump on gens or no, there's more to the story always. Like these guys didn't go jump on gens. And I've had Lightborn on several other times, and they've done the same stuff where they just continue to keep blinding me. So I mean, Scott has a lot of time in this game. I thought he would definitely know that. I don't know. Anyways, guys, there you go. Lightborn. It's not OP. It's a perk that works as intended. Dead Hard's OP. Bye.